Augustine was established by its first governor, Spanish Admiral Pedro Menendez de Aviles, on September 8, 1565. It is the oldest continually inhabited settlement in the continental United States and is located about 40 miles southeast of Jacksonville, Florida. On May 28th and 29th in 1586, soon after the Anglo-Spanish War began between England and Spain, the British pirate Sir Francis Drake pillaged and burned St. Augustine. He allowed the governor and the townspeople to flee for their safety first. In 1668, the English buccaneer Robert Cecil then sacked St. Augustine, killing 60 people and pillaging government buildings, churches, and houses, after which his pirates ransomed off some of their hostages and sold others into slavery. In 1702, during Queen Anne's War, after a brutal British attack that lasted 58 days, the British troops burned St. Augustine to the ground as they retreated. This was followed by yet another fiery British siege in 1740. In 1763, after Great Britain's victory over France and Spain during the 7 Years' War, the Treaty of Paris was signed, and St. Augustine was finally handed over to Britain. The HMS Industry, one of the first boats sent to the new territory, sank in the waters just below the looming lighthouse. The St. Augustine Lighthouse has existed since 1586 until it fell into the ocean in 1888 due to erosion. It was the earliest permanent aid to navigation in the continental United States of America. The new lighthouse was completed on October 15, 1874, 500 yards southwest from the original lighthouse. Light could be seen from 24 nautical miles away. The same original lens from 1874 is still in use today. The lighthouse has had its shares of ghost stories and sightings. The keeper's house basement is a setting for some suspicious activity. Shortly after the lighthouse was rebuilt, it is said that a lighthouse keeper hung himself in the basement. People have claimed to see a man in blue lurking in the shadows. Some people say that the man in blue is the keeper that hung himself. Others say it could be that this is the restless spirit of a lighthouse keeper, Josh Andrew, who fell to his death while painting the original tower in 1859. Visitors and staff report the overpowering smell of cigar smoke on the landing of the tower, despite the fact that smoking is expressly prohibited on the grounds. Is the smoke smell from Andrew, or is it from a man named Peter Rasmussen? Peter was a lighthouse keeper from 1901 to 1924, which was the longest stint of any keeper. He was a crabby guy and a smoker who hated tourists. Some people claim that he is the man in blue. A man named Hezekiah H. P.T. oversaw the construction work. To entertain his restless children, he allowed them to play with the supply cart that ran back and forth between the lighthouse and the ocean. On July 10, 1873, the eldest P.T. children, Eliza and Mary, drowned when the cart toppled over into the water. Historians believe that a third child, a young African-American girl, was also killed in the accident. Lighthouse workers say that the mischievous spirits of these children still haunt the lighthouse today.
I've had them untie my shoelaces plenty of times. Now I wear shoes without laces or laces that can't be untied. They are just very playful. They like to hang out around moms, teachers, nurses, caregivers, and children their own age.
Sounds of children's laughter can be heard in the stairwell. Music boxes sold in the gift shop inexplicably pop open, playing by themselves. Tour guides report multiple incidences of being touched or grabbed by ghosts while showing visitors around the lighthouse. In one particular tour, there were little children's footprints found in the sand, despite there being no children on the tour. Visitors to the lighthouse report catching glimpses of a young girl dressed in period clothing peering out from the lighthouse door or standing near an upstairs window. In 2009, a cell tower worker took a photo of his co-worker with the lighthouse in the background, and it seemed to capture the figure of a young girl in a long dress with long hair standing alone on the top of the observation deck. One of the first lighthouse keepers, William Harn, was also one of the first keepers to die in the lighthouse. He had malaria and tuberculosis he had caught from the Civil War. Coughs can be heard from the parlor room, and it is suspected that those coughs are from William.
You can still hear a cough from that tuberculosis in this house to this day. Especially if you were the only person in here, you can hear it like it's right in your ear.